Hi, I'm Isabella Spides from Coming of Screen. How are you guys doing?
So
Good. How are you?
good.
Yeah, I'm so excited to chat with you about Not Suitable for Work. I had so much fun watching this show. I'm actually weeks away from graduating college, so I feel like this resonated with
Wow.
me in so many ways. And I
Wow.
think other uni grads will probably feel the same way. So I guess my first question to you is, how special was it to be part of a project where you get to explore this post grad life and the hustle culture, as well as the passions that people have at this phase in life?
I think um I think it's been a great outlet to kind of see what we do from a bird's eye view. Because as actors, a lot of it is just consistently trying to find the next thing or find the next thing that's gonna, take you to the next level or whatever. And kind of doing this show really puts it into perspective what you look like when you're doing all of that. So it's really funny and it is a comedy and I think the realest things in life are funny and we should laugh at them more.
Yeah, I mean, I love it because it's so real. Mindy talks about this. She's a genius, first of all, but she writes like different chapters of her life. And Never Have I Ever was kind of her high school era. Sex Lives of College Girls was college, and this is the post grad one. And I think, this is something that's meant for everybody, but I think shows, movies are the best when they're like actually about a real specific thing, and the people who have gone through that specific thing really relate.
Mhm.
And I think it works because she did experience this and she's like really putting it on the page in a really good way. So yeah, that's what I love about it.
Love to hear from you because like watching this show, your characters obviously they learn how codependent they are in terms of their living situation. If you guys were to live together, how would you divide up the chores to make sure that everything is in check?
Mhm. Hmm.
Good
Well,
question.
Will and I really did live together when we
Yeah.
shot.
Oh, that's so cool. How was that like?
It was awesome. It was so much fun. We're
We
trying to
decided,
convince Nick to join us next week.
yeah,
If fingers crossed.
fingers
Yeah.
crossed. What Jack and I did was we waited to do all the chores at once 3 months later.
Yeah.
So we only had to do one big clean,
When you're moving
one big
out.
sweep,
Yeah.
correct. Yeah.
Yeah, we wait until the piles are so large that you physically
Yeah.
can't get around the apartment.
Up to our waist in filth and laundry and trash.
Very
It's
similar
been
to your
here.
character, this Zen.
Correct.
Yes.
This is so funny. And also, I guess one of my favorite moments that you guys are a part of is obviously Steak and Tears. I think it's really cool to see like men getting to be so open with each other about their emotions and getting that support from friends. What was it like to shoot those scenes?
I mean, the steak and tears scene is probably my favorite scene of the show. That was so much fun to shoot. We
Hmm.
were
Yeah.
breaking the whole night. We were, it's crazy because we all watched that together and we were laughing because we were like, this one feels so real. And we realized it's because we were literally like riffing into the takes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Uh,
yeah.
and so I think you can feel that. But yeah, I mean, I agree. I love it. I cry all the time. I cried watching Moulin Rouge. Like I think it's great to show that.
Yeah.
So
I had a great time. I always have a great time shooting with these guys, but especially like you said, when we are able to kind of riff into scenes, like sometimes we have different
Hmm.
starting points, but when we're all at the table, we're just sitting there waiting for it to be relit or an adjustment
Yeah.
to be made, and we kind of have the ultimate like launch pad to bring that energy into the scene. So
100%.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think one of the things that I found really cool about this is that each of your characters is kind of reevaluating the ways that they treat the women in their lives. And I think that's a really cool thing about this show. I'd love to hear what was it like to bring those dynamics to the screen.
Yeah, I feel like Davis was the most outright misogynistic when we start with season one. So I enjoyed watching these guys, their relationship is so open and honest, and they do such a good job. Like Davis has to lean on them for everything, and they do a great job of steering him down the right path. And so I really enjoyed watching that arc. Basically, I feel like they save Davis by the end of it. They pull him out of the darkness, if you will.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree.
I I think it's interesting because I think Kel has a pretty solid like head on his shoulders about the women in his life. I mean, his mother's in his life consistently. Well, when she's not berating him about med school, but he grew up with a sister, and I think I grew up with a sister, and you kind of grow up learning, you know, about women and how to treat women and what it means to be around them and pour into them. And I think we've been blessed with so many wonderful women on our show, our wonderful writers, Ella, Avantika, Mindy. I mean, we're surrounded by great, powerful women. So yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I couldn't agree more. It comes down to the writing that really does all the work for us.
Yeah.
And Mindy is just incredible at this. She created an incredible show, and
Yeah.
everybody in the writers' room. I mean, Charlie, our showrunner, but also Sarah Tapscott, Beth Appel, Kate Lindenberg. We just have an incredible writers' room, many more as
Yeah.
well. And yeah, I mean, we're really lucky to be
Yeah.
able to work with great material.
I think it's really cool how, for you, Nicholas, there's a scene where like an audition doesn't exactly go as your character planned. And I was wondering if you had any like interesting audition stories of things that probably like you were asked to do, you didn't know that would happen, and it ended up going a bit sideways or unexpectedly.
Wow. I think this was when in-person auditions were still a thing. I was doing an audition for something where in the script it said take your shirt off. I didn't read in the instructions before going into the audition that they didn't want you to actually do that. So I completely stripped in front of this casting director, and that was that was it's something that still kind of haunts me to this day. So yeah.
So
One time I
So
did an audition for the wrong part. And I got an email back and it was like, so that was Seth Rogen's part. I was like, perfect.
Great.
My life's
Great.
over.
Yeah.
no, that's a I think a great way for us to I think that's a great way for us to finish our interview. Thank you so much, guys.
Thank you so
Thank you.
much.